And of course, before we start, we would like to give our patron shout out of the week. And today's goes to Killjoy. Thank you very much for supporting us over on Patreon and continuing to support us on the channel. You're always commenting and liking, so we really appreciate it. And just thank you very much for being there. It means a lot to us, and you help us out a lot. So thank you.
You're funding George's mustache.
Yes, the mustache.
So you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. It's all because of you, in the words of Kelly Clarkson.
Welcome to the Horror Hour.
We all go a little mad. Get you. Here's Johnny.
Hello and welcome back to the Horror Hour, the place where we discuss, debate and disagree on all things horror. I'm one of your co-hosts, George, and today I'm joined by my fellow co-host. We have Yutaka.
Hello.
We have Liam.
Hello. A little message to Nick.
And of course, we couldn't get zzavid today, so we thought we'd get his boyfriend. Nick, how are you doing today?
I am not a David substitute. I am my own character.
You
Named Ricky, who works at the video store. Anyways, hi.
How are you today? Thanks for joining us again.
I'm doing so swell. Me and Yutaka, we watched this super cheery Christmas movie last night. You might have heard of it. It's called Irreversible.
Yeah.
So I'm just in such high spirits.
I can imagine. It's a classic family film. That Google it, guys.
There were reds and greens in the film.
What more could you ask for? You know?
Fist me, fist me, fist me.
I still can't.
It's a vibe for sure. But today we're not talking about
human beings.
They're awful, absolutely awful. We're not talking about that film, but keep an eye out for that on Nick's channel at some point. But today we are talking about psychotic women in horror. Now, this isn't a negative, disparaging mark. This is iconic, in my opinion. So today we're going to go through some of our top favorites, and I think for maybe the first time in a long time, most of us will not have any correlating. I'm saying that now, but let's maybe
fucking jinx it.
I know, but I've tried my best, and I'm usually the one who's very, bland and sticks to the classics. So hopefully we do that. Well, I'll go first then, because I want to get some of mine out the way with. So this one is this is a film that this is a short film that I was obsessed with when I was younger. It came out in 2007 and it's called Lost Crossing, and the character is Sheila, who is played by Melissa McBride, who I love and adore from The Walking Dead. Some of you may know Carol. And when I was starting to watch The Walking Dead and I was obsessed with her, I went back and watched everything she ever did. And this film, let me tell you, she plays a woman so unhinged that it's like terrifying, to the point that, and it's only a short film, it's like half an hour, and she goes from like 0 to 60,000 in it. But basically the premise is that we meet this 15-year-old girl who's leaving home and she wants to go to California, and she bumps into this woman in this the town in the middle of America. She's like, oh hey, why don't I'll come along with you, we can hang out. She's very like motherly at first. Then the girl starts to realize that she's kind of like, oh, I'm going to go out, so I'll just keep you locked in to this motel room while I go out. And she's kind of like, and a lot unfolds. I don't want to spoil it for you, but basically Sheila isn't all there. And you start to learn about her past, and maybe
like something else,
like someone else,
like something else.
This maybe you can like find a new, I don't know, joke this week.
No,
because we're sort of, you talked about me that I recycle everything I say on this channel, yet this joke is, I've had this for like a month now. But
it's still offending us.
Oh, well, that's if you're offended, that sounds like a you problem, unfortunately. So yeah, my first one is Sheila from Lost Crossing. Go and check it out. I think it's literally only on Vimeo that you can find it. It's really like not an accessible film, unfortunately, but it's still up on. It's still up on. I literally just watched it before this, so it's on Vimeo. And I didn't even know. I couldn't find it. You might be. I think you can purchase it on video on demand as well. So
Okay, so I chose a film that's kind of more of a thriller, but
Mhm.
it's so good. So good. It's 1992's The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Yes, yes. I love that movie so much.
So good. So, and that's what's her character's name? I love it so much I can't remember. Peyton Flanders, played by Rebecca De Mornay. And so, George, have you seen this film?
I have seen this film. Yes.
Ooh. And Liam?
No,
Oh my
Well,
god!
this
Quickly.
is a
I don't think-
shocker.
I feel like might have.
Okay,
I've heard
so
of it.
basically, after her humiliated husband kills himself, an embittered pregnant widow loses her child and embarks on a mission of vengeance against the woman and her family.
It's great.
And so, yeah, I mean, she does some unhinged stuff, and she kind of is like,
That bitch is
Nanny.
crazy. in that
Yeah,
movie.
it's just, oh my god, it's so good.
You love it,
And
Lee.
Rebecca De Mornay just gives a performance, and she just terrorizes his family.
what's the because she like screws over the he's like mentally disabled or something, right? What is his name in the movie?
Oh,
She does something horrible to him, but I forget what
Yeah.
it is.
Oh no, I can't remember.
It's fucked up though.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
She not a nice person.
no, basically. But
She was
she's-
also
Like,
that-
didn't at one point she breastfeed the other woman's?
it was very
child?
hereditary. With the mom.
It
She was
very that.
also
Sometimes kids just need a bit of bitty.
They do.
The Shining, not like the Kubrick one, the one that Stephen King did. She
Mhm.
played. She was in that one playing the Shelley Duvall's role.
Yeah.
It was a horrible. Though. It was
yes.
horrible.
Wait, the miniseries
It's so bad.
by Mick Garrison or Mick Garris?
Is that who did that?
Yeah.
I thought Stephen King
Is
directed
this when
that.
Stephen
Maybe
King
he wrote
said,
it.
I can do better.
Yeah, that's when he said
That's
that.
like-
Yeah,
It's like, stick to writing the book.
he says that a lot with some of his movies. I'll do it my way, and then you're like, don't do it your way.
Just get,
Stick
maybe
to the
you
page.
shouldn't have.
Yeah, which is crazy, but hey, that's okay. That's a good one. No, have you? Yeah, you should watch that if you haven't, Liam.
I think
recommend
you'd like it,
I
Liam.
think you'd like it.
Probably. It's been on my radar. I've just never actually put it on.
Fair enough.
It
Well,
happens quite regularly.
I know that feeling, Liam. Let's move on
But
to
I've
you
still
then.
seen more than you, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
all right. Can
So since Yutaka went down that route, I'm also going to go down that route because I had many picks. I'm picking Amy Dunn in Gone Girl
Ooh.
Yes.
because let's be honest, that is the antithesis or whatever that word is of an unhinged psychotic woman. But she looks fabulous while she's doing it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
She does. Come on, Rosamund Pike is beautiful.
She's
But that scene with Neil Patrick Harris is just, it is embedded into my brain. It will never leave my brain, and I just remember it at all times.
and that the part
So,
when
yeah.
she with the wine bottle and then she goes up to the camera and like I'm just like she was, but it was
Planned. That was planned.
But when she got hooked up by those two people in the motel, that was quite funny.
Yeah.
It's like she didn't account for that, did she?
Just sometimes you get what you deserve.
Yeah, that is such a good film. I think I watched
yeah.
that on a flight to New York. Actually, that was the first time I watched it, and I was like, "This is it's a long."
Oh, I went
long?
to the cinemas to see
It
it.
is
I'd already
long.
read the books.
It's 2.5
I've only
hours,
seen
right?
it once. I need to watch it again.
Oh, multiple times. I read the book multiple times. Like I read the book before it was going to be a film.
So would you say you're a fan?
Oh, love it.
Stop gatekeeping it. Oh, I read the book first. Well, I read Twilight first, okay? So
nobody's bragging on that.
Yeah, but it's got to be good to be a brag.
I saw Twilight 9 times in theaters.
Thank you, Nick.
Oh, Nick.
Thank you.
On a dare.
Hey!
On a dare?
Oh, did you dare yourself?
No, because it was Yutaka, I was telling you about this last night, like when I worked at a movie theater and it was $1 theater. So I paid $9. It was fun.
$1 theater.
Mm-hmm. So it would we had like 2 movie theaters that were directly across the street from one another, and like all the new movies would go to, it was called Movies 10, and then after like 2 months when they would normally leave the theater, then they would go to the discount theater and it would only be $1.
Damn.
You guys don't have anything like that there?
We do have like those ones where they do like it used to be like a £5 film, no? That they would do.
Yeah,
like
well,
the
no, you
matinees.
can get. So you get so there is one. It's called View, and they are $4.99 for any film, anytime, any day. It just tends to be that the snacks are much more expensive.
Yeah,
but everywhere else is about a tenner.
In London, it's 20.
But we also
£20.
have something called Meerkat Movies.
£20.
Yeah. So
$20.
Well, I have so like Liam, but both of us are different chains, but we have like memberships for cinemas. So I pay £17 a month, and you can go as many times as you want. You just have to pay like an upgrade charge of its IMAX. Like I think it's £5, but otherwise it's free. But yeah, it's so worth it for me because one trip in London to the theatre for a ticket alone is £21, and then food on top of that. So I could easily spend £50 just going to the cinema on food.
What's the conversion rate with £1 and $1?
Okay, so it's probably like what,
It's
60?
around.
So it's probably about $25
For a single movie ticket?
Yeah.
Welcome to London. It must be like that in New York or something. Though.
It's not that like it's not like that for me.
Nick's not in New York, so
No, I
he's
know, but
probably
I'm just-
paying closer to my price.
How much is a regular ticket for you guys then?
11.
Yeah, about like between $9 and $11.
Yeah, so it probably is the same as most other places in the UK, which is about £7.
No,
right?
no, mine's about 10.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
why most people go to the View now.
Yeah, 'cause
the
it's
View is
cheaper.
like always sold out, but Cineworld and Odeon are never sold out
No.
because they're about a tenner.
Yeah,
And I
that's...
think you can get it for like £8 if you go to a day before like 4:00 showing.
Oh, God. Look at us doing it. If any cinemas want to sponsor us, we can do some... We just spent 10 minutes talking about cinema prices.
Okay, it's my turn, right?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, so my
Virginia,
pick
beautiful.
is Ali Larder in Obsessed. Because that bitch was
I
crazy.
love that film.
She was crazy, but she is one of those like crazy people that you love. Because like I will never forget when she goes into the house at the end and like she doesn't give a f- she goes into the house and she's just walking around and touching everything and she's got on the giant size t-shirt and she gets in the bed and Beyonce's ass walks into the room and is like, what the f- are you doing in my house? And she doesn't care. She's like, you're delusional, Beyonce. And she's like laying in this man's bed. I love it.
She's like, we didn't want you to find out this way. And Beyonce's like, what the f*** are you talking about?
Fucking unhinged.
That is, I watched that film before I watched. I still haven't watched that film. The original one that it's based off. The one with Cruella de Vil.
Oh,
Fatal
Fatal
Attraction.
Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the scene in the bath. I've seen the scene, but I love Obsessed. I thought.
What about the scene with the rabbit?
No. Oh, is there a scene with a rabbit? As in, like the rabbit.
Like a rabbit.
Like an actual rabbit.
Oh, okay, not a
Like a
toy.
bunny.
Okay, I thought you meant a sex toy.
It's a really cute
That
scene.
actually did happen to me and a friend once.
What?
We got taken into it. We got taken. So
Please
a
explain
friend
quickly.
was like, "Oh, do you want to come in and see our housemate's rabbit?" So we're like, "Oh, okay." So walks in the housemate's bedroom, and he's like, "Oh, isn't it so cute?" And we're like, "This is like really like, why are you showing us?" because the actual romping rabbit was on the bed. We're like, this is weird. Don't really think you should be showing us her. But then when we turned, he was holding a rabbit in the corner of the room.
Oh wow.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
Version.
That rabbit. Yeah. So cute.
Just get. Oh shit. Yeah.
Did
There's
you
a
let
plastic
them
one on the
know?
bed that you might want to put away?
Put that pillow over there. Jesus, no. But I mean, that whole cast, like Idris Elba looks so good, and I mean, I just love Idris Elba and everything. When she's in the car and she like takes off the raincoat and she's in like that like pink satin.
Oh, she looks so good. She looks so fine in that scene. Oh my gosh, I saw that opening weekend in like a completely sold out theater, and I feel like that was my first experience of like critics not liking a movie, but the audience absolutely loving it because they went wild during that movie.
Oh my God,
Especially
it's
that
such a
fight
fun
scene at the end.
It's what we were all wanting. That was so. I had so much fun with the movie.
It's a great film. Oh, I love that. I'm
But it
takes
like
I was
all
supposed
the
to, like, tell
gumption
people
to
what the
say
movie's
that.
about.
Oh yeah, to say that
okay.
to like Beyonce's character.
Yeah. So the movie
Beyonce.
Obsessed is about Beyonce and Idris Elba. They are married. They just had a kid. Everything's going well for them. And then they hire a temp at his work, at Ollie Larder. And she's a big old hoe. And we love her for it, but she's a crazy hoe.
Mm-hmm.
And she tries sleeping with him. And then he's like, no, I'm not about this life. And then she tries to kill herself. And then she goes crazy and she starts stalking him and she like abducts the baby. Oh, and fun little cameo. Scout Taylor Compton, who played Laurie Strode in the Rob Zombie movies, is the babysitter.
Yes.
A bad babysitter.
Judge, does this give you flashbacks to your
away with
straight
the baby.
days?
What, the babysitter?
No. The obsessive compulsive wanting to be in a relationship.
I mean, I'm still like that now. I deleted Grindr yesterday. I'm a new woman. I am. I've changed my bios in Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, Facebook dating to be more professional. I've added.
You have that many?
Yeah, and still nobody.
He just needs love, Nick.
But isn't it like I always feel
an
like
ad in like a newspaper or something?
He needs BetterHelp.com, not sponsored.
I'm just gonna have one of those, you know, like when people stand in the street with like golf sale signs. I'm just gonna have one of them that's just like anybody.
Oh,
if you could learn to twist a sign, maybe you could get some traction with that.
Maybe that could be more. That can be.
You could become an escort.
I know, but I'm just
Belle de
like,
jour.
I don't even think they have to have sex.
No, like, yeah, there's loads and like
boyfriend experience.
Yeah, and I mean, you're well equipped.
They'll pay for your £20 movie ticket.
Yeah, hey, maybe, you know, we'll see what 2023 brings. Maybe that's on the cards. Who knows? No, because then that's fake. Anyway, moving.
It's him that needs the love, not them.
Yeah, literally. Can Lana Del Rey's new song, Love Me Until I Love Myself. Oh, bitch, I was in the shower crying to that the other day. Anyway, that's enough about me. Moving on to my next character, who is, this is from the 1963 movie The Haunting, and it is Eleanor from The Haunting, who some of you may know. There's been many adaptations of this film, including the most recent Haunting of Hill House, where she was called Nellie. But in this version of the film, like, she's not really like psychotic. She's just like, I mean, she goes into this film, like, we see her drive into this house. You will probably know what this film's about, but it's about a group of people who end up going to this house called Hill House to experience a weekend there. She gets this mysterious invite. And on the way, she's like, this is it. You know, my life is coming to an end and I can't wait. I'm looking forward to being engulfed into the darkness. Like, she's hearing noises. She's like not crazy psychotic, but it's like feel sorry for her, because she's just like so lonely, and like, this is why I relate to her actually. And she ends up,
because George is also a psychotic woman.
Yeah, from the 60s, who drives and talks in my head. So, I mean, there's not much to spoil about this film because it's very it's been done 1,000 times. To be honest, you've probably seen some essence of this film, but she, in the end, I think she's happy with what she gets, but it's kind of a bit random. But for the whole film, you're just like, girl, just like have a cup of tea or something, like, you know, just you know what I mean, like
make it an Earl Grey. It'll be
Yeah.
soothing.
and she's flirting, like she's having this full flirting
Oh,
session
nice
with
breakfast tea.
this lesbian, and like she's getting all of it. And
Wait, in the 60s version, was that character still a lesbian?
they were flirting, her and Theo. She's
Oh.
like,
I believe-
she's like, oh, and it's
Wasn't it still coded? What's that thing?
queer coding.
They had that thing in Hollywood where there's something code.
Yeah, queer coded.
So wasn't it still under that?
Yeah, because it's never like they don't like they're
No,
not
not
scissoring.
not queer coding. There was like a thing that films had to adhere to, and had like it was called the something code.
I don't know then.
Don't
But
say
basically, yeah. Oh my God. What's that thing?
No, because it didn't.
Yes,
it
Florida
wasn't just
produced
with
this
regards
film.
to. It wasn't just with regards to gays. It was with regards to multiple different things.
Don't say non-white.
Are you talking about like the 4 quadrants?
No,
Okay, well, I don't know.
This
then,
is taking
Liam.
up too much time. But
Four
basically, they're
quadrants?
like possibly lesbians. All right, that's just all I wanted to
Who-
say.
yeah. At that time,
Who
they couldn't say it.
played
Who played her?
that character in the 90s version?
Ooh, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah.
I love that version.
That's it.
Oh,
I mean,
she was so. I love that movie. Actually, that
Mhm.
like that. Yeah. Oh, I could watch that anytime it's on.
it doesn't get a good rap. Isn't it got like 2% on?
It does.
People
it was
hate
not
it,
well
but
received.
Yeah.
but it's so good, and that house is gorgeous in that
It
movie.
is so, and that's the one with Owen Wilson in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Liam Neeson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that version, but I only
Saw
watched
that
this.
one in theaters too.
Oh, did you? Was that
It was
99?
like the bad CGI though that people were like,
Yeah.
You know, actually, but
But it
for
was
the
the
time,
90s.
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad for the time.
Yeah.
And plus, I remember whatever that thing is that's like underneath the fireplace, and it's got the thing that like swings. Oh, that decapitates him. I mean,
Yeah.
We
But
didn't
that
say
was
who.
such a good scene, though.
Yeah, the original one's not like that. It's more like just noises banging on the wall and lots of like shaky close-ups. But it's great. I mean, I say I only watched it for the first time in October on my channel. Me and Jess react to it, and we were both like, "This woman is unhinged." But it's great. If you haven't watched it, check it out. She's crazy, but she's like crazy in like a sweet way. So she steals her brother's car and then just like leaves town. It's cute. So yeah, that's The Haunting 1963. Yutaka, what's next for you?
All right. It's interesting. This one's not classified as horror, but there's some pretty horrific things that happen in this film.
Mhm.
It's like I don't know why they say crime. It's like a drama fantasy, but it is actually based off a Stephen King film, and I'm a huge fan of it. It's 1993's Needful Things. So a mysterious new shop opens in a small town, which always seems to stock the deepest desires of each shopper with a price far heavier than expected. And the character that I'm thinking of, because if you've seen this film, who's seen this here? Okay. Well, at least Nick will appreciate, is Nettie Cobb, played by Amanda Plummer. And this entire
Which was crazy.
and the way the scene unfolds too, it is a knockdown, drag out fight between her and another woman. And I mean, they are going throughout this entire house, like throwing knives, chopping at each other. Like it is, and she truly does have some issues, but she is like unhinged at this part to where like she will fight to the death. And it's actually a really good scene. But the entire film is really great because everybody kind of gets lost in the madness because they have acquired their deepest, desire. But that's the cost. Like you lose yourself, but then you kind of just unravel. And the way that her character, Nettie, just unravels into this murderous rage is one of my favorite things to see. It's So good.
She always plays a crazy person.
Oh, she does. Like
in Pulp Fiction,
I
in
love her in
Hannibal,
Pulp Fiction.
in Hannibal. She was fucking crazy in Hannibal too.
Yes. I love Amanda Plummer, honestly. She knows how to do those roles justice. And there's a Stephen King film that I really appreciate.
That's like Needful Things is like one of his like lesser known films that is actually really good, kind of like Thinner.
Oh, Thinner is so good.
Do you guys know what Thinner is?
I've heard of it, but I've not seen it.
So it's like this guy, I think he gets like a gypsy curse or something like that. And he just throughout the movie starts just gradually losing weight. Like he starts the movie and he's a little bit bigger. And then he just starts to like, and he's just, but it gets like crazy. He's like skeletal at the end. Like,
oh, so David.
Well,
no, skinnier, or at least he looks like Skeletor from Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, so David.
Oh. This poor man is recovering, and you gonna come for him like that?
He got me.
I got you.
I was nice to that boy, and he attacked me multiple times last week.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So, now you're just getting your own back.
Yes, I'm a petty bitch.
Fair enough. Well, thank you, Yutaka. Go on then, Liam. Seems you're chatting.
So my next one is Lola Stone from The Loved Ones, which is a 2009 Australian horror movie.
I think I know that one.
Oh.
So Lola is just a nice little young girl who really likes a boy. So she's going to ask the boy to the prom. And then the boy says no. So her and her dad kidnap him and torture him for 2 hours.
As one does.
To be fair, I think the film might be about 2 hours. But obviously, the torture
is a bit long.
That long. That's all right. Like there's he like gets lobotomized. Like shit goes down. All because he said no to taking her to the prom. Actually, you two with your love of Twilight, you'll appreciate this one because this is a film that made someone who was in Twilight famous. Well, got him the role in Twilight.
This got them the role in Twilight?
Xavier Samuel.
Who?
He was the newborn in.
Oh, from Eclipse.
Yes, he was the newborn in Eclipse who did all the searching for Victoria.
Riley.
Yeah.
Yes, Riley.
Yeah.
Character nobody cares about. That's what I just gathered from.
But the novella Short Second Life of Brie Tanner, that was good.
Yeah, the book. I remember when that came out. I was so excited about that. Iconic.
I think I still have it somewhere.
I've got all of them in like 5 different backings on them, like white.
Of course you do.
And then they brought out Midnight Sun, and then they brought out the one which was like where they gender swapped. So like it was like Adina instead of Edward, and then like Ben instead of Bella or something. Stephanie Meyer was like, I'm going to cash cow
Milk
shit
it
out of this.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I'd rather read her
it.
books than some other people who.
Well, hey,
quite
if you want to
popular.
follow, and support Mormonism,
Yeah, I'd rather do
Mormon?
that than TERFs. So
that's true too. Yeah, no, both are bad.
Stephanie
Not
Meyer.
Mormons. Mormons
Yeah,
are
but
really
it's
bad.
Harry
They're
Potter.
coming around.
Yeah. Well, anyway, moving on. Nick.
I do love Salt Lake City Housewives.
Okay, so my next choice, I mean, all of mine are kind of like thriller movies, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Mine is Erica Christensen in Swim Fan.
Oh, such a good movie.
Yes.
So Swim Fan was a movie that made me super horny when I first watched it. And so the plot of this movie is Jesse Bradford, who is in Bring It On. He is like the star football guy at this high school. And then this new girl gets transferred into the school, played by Erica Christensen, and she's fucking crazy. So she starts flirting with him despite the fact that he has a girlfriend, and he's like, oh, he's not like a football star. He's on the swim team. That's right, obviously. But anyway, she like
it's about swimming.
Yes. And she's the swim fan. So she sneaks into like the pool when he's swimming after hours practicing, and she fucks him in the pool, which I don't understand how that works because I was under the impression that you could not have sex underwater, but I guess you can. But yeah, then she goes, "What?
Well, how do mermaids do?
How did you not?
I had read so many Reddit threads where girls were like, you cannot do that underwater because you could like pop something, you could create like an air vacuum or I don't know how those things work.
They say about not doing it in a hot
underwater.
tub, because of air bubbles.
Yeah, like air bubbles, you could get an infection or something. I don't know.
Well, Liam, you tell us about your time.
Yeah, tell us about, you railing people in pools.
Wasn't a pool, ocean, but still. You can.
Like a saltwater ocean?
Yeah.
No, a chlorine ocean. What?
Yeah,
There's like freshwater.
It was chlorinated, it's fine. There isn't such thing as a freshwater ocean.
He's thinking of freshwater fish.
The Atlantic, that classic freshwater ocean. God, you talk
Oh, I'm the rose of the group. No.
Oh my God, I'm gonna tear up at that.
But anyways, the movie is really good. But one of my favorite things that she does is at the end, she takes his girlfriend and she ties her to a chair or something and pushes her in the pool, kind of like they did in Sinister.
Oh no, that's the worst death in Sinister.
But yeah, then she gets killed. The end of the movie.
Thanks. So you'd have to watch it now. I don't think I've ever seen that film though.
Oh, it's really good.
Well,
I think it was. When did it come out again?
I was going to say what year.
I want to say it was
2005? 6?
Yeah, like early
baby.
2000s, I think.
Okay. There we are. No, I'm fading out of existence. Hi. Okay, back to me. Yeah, we can hope, can't we? So I've only got 3, so everyone else, if they've got more, they can carry on. But my last one, we actually mentioned this before we started filming, just it came up in conversation, is Sarah Goldfarb from Requiem for a Dream. Because Ellen Burstyn was that role. I mean, I cannot and I will not ever watch that film again. I was like, let me watch it because people have told me about it, and I was like, and I loved the song, so I was like, I must love the film. I mean, I loved the film, but I could not. I mean, I was so depressed after that film. Like, I had to.
You're talking about the woman with the pills, the diet pills, right?
I'm going to be on television.
Let me tell you something. I have never looked at a refrigerator the same way again after watching that movie. That
in the chain.
When you guys did the episode like for jump scares, I was like, y'all, the refrigerator. Talk about the refrigerator.
But she, I mean, obviously, Ellen is an iconic actress anyway. Exorcist, we know. Yutaka's favorite, but she did so. But in that film, I think the whole cast is great in that film. I think it's a really stellar cast. But out of all of them, I mean, I had no idea going in. I knew it was vaguely about drugs, but I had no idea that she was really going to be a main part of it. So when I was reacting to it, I was like, oh, this sweet old lady. And then as it was going on, I was like, no, like this is really just, and it's just so sad.
It's very sad.
Like so sad. And let me tell you, I mean, when the friends at the end go and see her in like the hospital, like I had to cut the reaction because I was like crying for about 10 minutes. I had to pause the film. It was just so sad. And I was like, bitch, just get another red dress. Just get another one. Just take it out. Like learn, be a sewer person. Like so shit. But she was amazing.
Like so shit.
Like so shit.
Go on Drag Race. Come on.
She wouldn't get through on the I'm not a sewing queen. But she was iconic in that film, but it ended like so sad. And she went from being really cute and just and that end, it's just so sad. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, don't watch it because it's just like watch it, but you really have to be in a right frame of mind to watch that film. Personally, probably like the film that you both watched yesterday. You have to kind of be in the right mind frame to watch those types of films. Don't put it on like a Friday night and be like, yeah, some nice to watch, because it's
woo party.
It's not. But
how does one get in the right mind frame for that movie?
You just make sure there's lots of snacks around you, like some nachos, maybe a Snickers, some peanut M&Ms, and then make sure there's lube just in case. You never know when you're gonna ever want to cry wank.
To Irreversible?
I think he's wait.
What do you mean Requiem for a Dream?
I was just joking in general, but okay.
Oh God.
This me.
Wasn't Liam's proudest hour, that one, Kat.
I was shocked they cast Liam in such a positive light.
See, it's all about representation. And that was his.
Ginger's lives matter too.
It's the one. So yes.
Even though we do take your souls.
Do they? Oh my god.
Aren't gingers dying out? Well, maybe not dying out. It's not like, the correct term, but I heard like year after year there's like less when they do the sets.
Yeah, it's genetics. It's eventually going to fade out.
And thank you for
everyone in Scotland needs to stop
going
pumping away quickly with their penises.
Yeah, you could. Oh, not everyone's. Oh my god! I just talked about ginger people real quick. The Village. Sorry, I just because I need to talk to because I haven't seen you since you watched it. Thank you for loving that film, because these people don't like it, and
I don't.
I like The Village.
Oh, I don't.
Love.
It's only Yutaka that doesn't like it.
Yep.
Nope.
Like,
why don't you like it, Yutaka?
Well,
he's a miserable old man.
Yes, and I felt like that plot's been done before. It was also it was very boring, to be honest, for me. So,
but what about when like she's got a hand and she's like he's coming and then he grabs the hand and the music swells and Judy Greer's like get in the basement. Oh.
Oh, but it was like with the love story between them. It was so cute. It was I was gagged when he got stabbed.
It was.
Ooh, I was not expecting that.
Plot twist of the century. No, but anyway, sorry, I just had to talk about that real quick. Moving on then. So yes, Sarah Goldfarb, Requiem for a Dream. Check it out if you want to cry. Yutaka, do you have another one for us?
Yeah, so I chose this one is a little bit more horror. It's action horror, but I really enjoy this one, and it doesn't get a lot of love. It's what year was that? 2013's Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters.
Yes.
I actually enjoyed this. Brother sister duo Hansel and Gretel are professional witch
Jeremy
hunters.
Renner and Gemma Arterton.
Yes. Who help innocent villagers. One day they stumble upon a case, could hold a key to their past. And the witch, I love this actress, and I think she can play real evil. I mean, hello, she was also in The Faculty. Famke Johnson, she played Muriel in this, and she was the witch, and she was just so devious. And I really liked it because she was just, she was just evil. I wouldn't necessarily say she might have been psychotic. She just was evil, and she was a witch, and she was just wanted to stay young. So just like Sarah Goldfarb, she wanted to be skinny. So Famke Johnson's like, I know how I can stay young. I'm going to kill all these people. So
she'll always be what was she? Ivana on a top. Was that it? Ivana on a top from Bond.
GoldenEye.
Ivana Humpalot.
I love
that catapulted her career, honestly. That put her on the map. I mean, but she does really, again, I loved her in The Faculty. If we're going to talk like when her character eventually becomes somebody else. I say that because I don't think George has seen it and I don't want to ruin it because it is.
No, this is one that we still keep
this
pushing
is
for him and
one I don't want to ruin
David
for George.
to watch.
And same thing, David. Because Famke Johnson is so good in that.
Well, she was also Jean Grey in the first couple X-Men movies.
Oh, it's that.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, it's her.
yeah.
And she was in, if you guys ever seen it, I think it was like late 90s. It's like an aquatic horror movie called Deep Rising.
Yes, with
that rings a bell now.
Williams.
Yeah.
Yes, that movie
Yes.
is so good too.
I love that. And then she was also in.
Was she in 2012 or something? Or like
she was in Hide and Seek.
Oh, yes, Charlie.
She's been in a lot of things.
Wait, wasn't she in like? Was she in The
very-
Knowing? Well, I thought she was in some like apocalyptic-y.
Mhm.
Like
She was also in How to Get Away with Murder. She was a sexy lesbian.
Listen.
I can see it.
She's great. I hope she.
She
comes
was
back
Annalise's
for more.
ex.
I've still never seen that series. There's so many episodes though of How to Get Away with Murder, right?
Don't even get me started when you say there are so many episodes when we know you'll just. Ugh. Anyways, but yes, I recommend this. This is a real fun, quick watch. It's only an hour and a half. And it's fun. It's got some really good action sequences. I just feel bad for Gretel because she doesn't get as much as the fun action scenes. She gets tossed around like a fucking rag doll.
Give it all to Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, they did. But hey, if you have Paramount
Gemma
Plus,
Arterton.
I adore her. I
She was
wish
great.
I loved her when what
Saint
was her
Trinian's-
breakout role?
Saint Trinians.
That was her breakout role.
Well,
That
in
was
the
her
States,
breakout role,
it
yeah.
was Clash of the Titans.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Or was it
Oh,
that rat? No,
I
Clash
love
was the
that
first one. Yeah, and she was so good in that. But then she didn't want to come back for the sequel.
And I feel like she hasn't done too
Understandably.
much recently either. I feel like I haven't seen her much recently. Oh,
I mean,
ouch.
she's been popping out.
She's
some
just
kids.
done something.
Famke. Is that what we're still talking about her?
Oh no, we're talking about Gemma.
No,
But,
Gemma,
yeah.
Gemma Arterton.
No,
Yeah.
Famke is still...
Gemma is a fat cunt.
Someone lied to her several times.
There you go. I was like,
Oh, no, I knew
you were
it.
going.
the connection here.
Anyway, talk about reality TV. You'll need to watch The Traitors.
No,
You do.
I saw your tweet.
Oh my god, it is so
It's
good.
so
It is
good.
So good. Holy shit, it is good.
Yeah.
It's coming to America. It's going to be on Peacock in January.
I saw the trailer, or not the
It's
trailer.
a
I saw the
reality
cast.
show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got Kate Chastain, so I may watch it.
I watched it in there's 6 episodes of the UK one. But I hadn't been watching it, and George said you should watch it. It's really good. But I'd seen loads of people saying this, so I put it literally.
After
sat
he
for 6
texted me
hours.
all day
I was
going,
like, well,
I'm on episode
Well,
5.
now I can't do anything. I need to finish this.
So good. So good. Anyway,
Now
Sorry,
I'm just gonna
guys.
sit and wait.
yeah,
And I'm angry.
so annoying. Liam, can you give us your next one, please?
My next one, I will go with. Fuck it, I'm not going to go full horror. Well, no. I'm going to go with Cassie in Promising Young Woman.
Okay.
It's not. It's like thrillery.
She wasn't
Um,
really. I wouldn't say she was. Psychotic.
I mean, she was purposefully trapping men,
Evil men.
evil men, still, but still on purpose. It's still a little bit tapped.
We don't all trap evil men.
You can't even trap a good man.
I can't even trap myself. You can all laugh, but one day when this camera turns on and my hand's just laying across the bed dead, then
Well,
How's
then
the
your camera
gonna
would turn on.
then?
because it'll be my spirit, obviously,
Oh,
the ghost of me.
Somebody thinks highly of
well, I'll say
himself.
hi to the ghost, and then we'll clock on with the episode.
Go. Speaking of clocking on,
I've always wanted to be someone's 13th reason.
I mean, at this point, it's like 23rd for me. Jesus.
Here's your 44th reason.
Yeah.
No,
Very odd choice,
but yeah.
Liam.
I think
it's a great film.
it is.
I'm not disputing that. I just wouldn't. She was on a mission, and I wouldn't. Interesting.
Unhinged and psychotic doesn't mean you have to be constantly at a 10.
And it's not evil.
Exactly.
None of mine are evil. They're just all. They're all actually just sad women.
Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm going with Cassie. Obviously, throughout the film, it's just like a slow burn of watching her act, and then you get to that scene where the beautiful rendition of "Toxic" by Britney Spears starts, and then shit just hits the fan everywhere, and then you have obviously that just a heart-wrenching scene where in real time you watch someone get suffocated to death. So yeah,
who doesn't love that?
Downer, but yeah, I didn't love that. Because I really wanted like a good, strong, uplifting ending, and that didn't go on. I was very sad.
Yeah. We've told a lot of films today that have got really depressing endings.
Yeah.
Seems to be a trend. Okay. Well, thank you, Liam. Nick, how about you then?
My next pick is going to be Jennifer Jason Leigh in Single White Female.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate crazy right there. Listen, the second that I make friends with somebody, and then the next day they show up with my exact haircut, it's done. It's over. Friendship is over. She was fucking crazy in that movie, and I will never forget. So there's so the plot of the movie is who is that? Jane Fonda. She's the right.
Mm-hmm. Bridget Fonda.
Jane Fonda. Bridget Fonda. Bridget Fonda. Oh my god, yeah, Bridget Fonda. Lake Placid. Duh. Bridget Fonda. Anyway, so she is a single white female and she breaks up with her man and she needs a roommate because she's got one of those completely unrealistic movie apartments that's absolutely fucking ginormous and there's no way that she could afford it. So she puts an ad in the paper seeking single white female, and Jennifer Jason Leigh shows up. And, you know, she's kind of like a little bit weird at first, but, you know, they end up getting along. And then as the movie progresses, you notice that Jennifer Jason Leigh is becoming obsessed with Miss Fonda. We're just calling her Miss Fonda, so I don't keep calling her the wrong name. And she changes her hairstyle and she fucks her ex-man because I remember she goes underneath the sheets and she's like giving him a blowjob, but like he doesn't know that it's not Bridget Fonda because they have the same hair. And then he realizes and he can't pull her head off of him before he finishes. It's crazy. But then she grabs her heel and stabs him in the face with the heel and kills him. And it's great.
It's a messed up scene.
True romance.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. What year did that come out? Is that a
94? 94, 95?
92.
Oh, fuck.
You're close.
90s. Okay.
It was one of the ones I had as well because I was like, it is like when we posted this was the one movie I was like, oh, this somebody hopefully will say it. It is such a good film, and of course, you know she deserves to go to hell for what she killed a puppy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about she killed the puppy.
Well,
yeah, and that movie, I feel like it. I distinctly remember them saying like, no, this isn't like a remake of it or a copy of it. But in like the late 2000s with Leighton Meester, they made The Roommate, which is basically
the same.
I've seen that. Yeah,
just like a PG-13 less intense version. Yeah.
You know they made a sequel to this movie?
No, but like,
did they?
Wait, they did?
No, they made an actual sequel. Yeah, this was back when you could say direct to video was bad, but now that's streaming is like very popular. But yes, they made an actual, didn't even change single white female too, and it was literally
different
called
characters,
The Psycho. I believe it's all different characters.
That's kind of like when they made American Psycho too.
Yeah.
Like Mila Kunis, star.
There, we could have mentioned her as one, but that movie was just bad.
Which
Yeah.
movie?
American Psycho 2.
2
Oh yeah.
wasn't a vibe. Who was it that said? Was
Oh,
it
wow.
Chew last week that said about they're like someone said about Psycho the remake with Mila Kunis.
Oh,
No,
what he was.
You like the American Psycho. Well, has everyone got any more? Like, does anyone want to do any more shout? Because I only had 3. I mean, I had more that I could have said, but I was trying to be good and not mention the ones I would normally go for.
I have like a
well,
a
I
separate
had one
list
that
for
I didn't
TV.
write down.
I have one more that
Okay,
I'd
well-
like to mention.
Can I mention? Well, I'll mention one more then. Just quickly, we'll go round. Well, why are you going to say the one I was going to say?
I don't know. Let's
don't
hear the
know.
one you're going to say.
Pearl.
Oh,
No.
Because I was going to say it because I thought somebody else would pick it and it was going to be obvious because it's new. But I love that film like to so much. Like, and it's probably because everyone else I've met's like, yeah, X is better. But for me, like, Pearl is just perfection. And she killed that role in both aspects of that role. But in Pearl, the film, she was absolutely phenomenal. And even though I'm not listening to people on TikTok who are like, I can't believe you're calling this acting. She's just shouting. I'm like, shut up, you waste of space.
The scene where she
Sometimes
is
TikTok
crying.
gets it right.
Oh,
Sometimes TikTok gets
The
it wrong.
snot.
they do that. And the ending, the ending. I'm the whole thing is just
I
amazing.
love that scene.
I love it. She looks
but I'm a
crazy.
star.
And the way she's
I
just,
wouldn't
like,
know because it doesn't get released until February here.
Why
Oh
don't you just
shit, that's right. He hasn't seen
Wank
it.
stains.
watch it on Streamio, Jesus, if you really want to be desperate. But it's
I want you to see it in cinema though.
yeah, it's so good. I mean, I saw it in New York, and it was just me and another gay couple, obviously story of my life, that was in the theater. And
George was in the middle.
no, I was on my own. Those two they were behind me. I don't know what they were doing.
Stomping on your head.
Probably it was just perfection, and it was lovely. Although I don't recommend going to that theater that I was told to go back to by various people that live in New York because it was like rat infested. Like,
Hold up. No, they told you not to go to that theater.
I didn't read that. I asked for the bet. They told me to go to it. Okay.
They told you not.
I'm a star. Yeah.
No,
So
you're not.
but Pearl, I am Pearl because I'm not deluded. Go on then, Yutaka. What
You're
is your?
sexually repressed. So yeah.
I'm all of it. Yeah. If I saw a hot scarecrow, let's go. So yeah, that would be my last shout out. What about you then, Yutaka? Last one.
This is a 1988 horror film that is very hard to buy. Or no, find streaming. You can still buy it. But it's one of my favorites. It's Cheerleader Camp. And it's just a bunch of amazing teenagers go to a cheerleader camp. It's a slasher. Somebody's killing them off. And so, spoiler alert, because obviously the killer is a female. Her name is, it's Betsy Russell. And
Get
you
there
would
in the
know
end,
her.
guys.
You would know Betsy Russell because she ended up becoming, what's his name in Saw? Jigsaw's wife.
The
That's
blonde
actress.
one.
The pregnant lady that gets smashed between the
With
door.
the door.
That's Betsy Russell, yes.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I'm sorry, she's not the killer. Well, she was kind of having
But she's in
visions
it.
and all that.
But
Yeah,
she's in
no.
it.
She's in it. She technically is. Yeah, no, there's two crazy people in this. She's having nightmares. She thinks she's killing people. She's trying to save people, which inevitably ends up to them getting killed. Meanwhile, the killer is actually one of her friends who is also a female and is, she cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And she just wants the spotlight. She wants to be the main cheerleader. And also the poster is really fucking sexy because it's a cheerleader jumping up. She's got the hair, but then the face is a skull.
It sounds
classic
very
1980s.
80s. Yeah.
Oh, 80s.
It's
Well,
actually a really good film.
Was it like a theater movie, theatrical,
Yeah.
or was? Ooh, I will have to watch that.
okay. Well, thanks, Yutaka. Liam, do you have one more?
Yeah, so I didn't write this one down because I thought, because initially, obviously, we were supposed to have David, and I was like, well, clearly going to mention this one, but he's not here, so I will. So Sue Ann, aka Ma.
Oh yes, of course.
Because Octavia Spencer. Come on.
Yeah.
Such a great movie.
Like, I don't need to talk about this. We know she's unhinged and she's great. Get it, good boy. Like, yeah. Everyone's seen Ma. We all love Ma. It's fine. It's fine.
I love when she's like driving down the road and she just runs over that woman and then just
Who are
turns
Missy
up the
Piles?
radio. Yes, I know. Nick, have you seen Ma?
Why
Yeah, I've
does
seen
Nick
Ma.
seem so
Oh, yeah.
distant? Why is Nick not invested in this love
I'm
of
across
Ma?
the pond.
Are you a Ma hater?
No, I love I love Mom. When she's like, drop your fucking pants. I love it.
There we go. That's fine then.
I relate to that.
Liam just wanted to hear you say that.
Yeah. Well, Nick, do you have a final one for us then to send us home?
So I'm going to go through within 60 seconds four of them.
Ooh.
These are
Quick fire round.
These are TV shows. So whatever the hell the religious lady was in Midnight Mass, that bitch is crazy.
Yes.
If anybody's ever watched One Tree Hill, Nanny Carey, that bitch was crazy, and she got a bottle to the face by Lexi's mom in Chucky. So there's that.
I remember that.
The Countess in American Horror Story, because that bitch was crazy too. And then last but not least, Love Quinn from You.
Yeah. Because I was going to put a TV show, but they're really good. I'm surprised.
I would let that man though kidnap me, put me in a glass box any day.
Joe Goldberg?
Yeah.
Oh no.
He just did a TikTok with whatever her name is, Megan Trainor.
Megan Trainor.
I didn't got my Gucci on. I was like,
yeah,
maybe he is the character.
It's called Made You Look. George, get it right.
I don't know her songs.
For God's sake.
The last song I listened to that she did was all about the bass. So
Megan Trainor's still getting work?
Well, no, she's on TikTok. She's not getting work.
That song's at number one.
Because of TikTok. I mean, Bloody Mary's just come into like the top. That's ridiculous. The fact that song is...
It's deserved.
I mean, we need Heavy Metal Lover now to like, because that's...
I feel like people need
We need a Shiza music video.
Being nice at Megan Trainor.
Oh, I think she's funny. Like, she's
married to a
spy kid.
Yeah, and he's...
We need to give her respect, goddammit. She lets him peg her. No.
She's married to a spy kid?
Her peg him.
Yeah, the ginger one. So they can have a ginger kid.
Oh, so not the thumb?
Oh, they do have a ginger kid. Not the thumb.
Besides, honestly, for the next 4 weeks, the number one song is going to be All I Want for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Chew.
Ooh. Get that fan fiction going, guys.
David is cheating on you.
They're like,
yeah,
they're typing it already.
I'm surprised, Yutaka, you didn't say your mate from Hellraiser.
Julia? Well, I want to also pick some films that we haven't talked about.
Yeah. That's
Alicia Silverstone in The Crush.
That's a good one.
Jill Roberts and Screamfort.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, you can go ahead and end
this. Yeah, sorry, I had to get it in there.
To be fair, I did think about putting that down just to piss off Yutaka.
Yeah, I did. I didn't say it on purpose because I just thought I had to try and be better. But you guys can let us know in the comments below, of course, if there are any that we haven't said that you really like, because it may have been that we do like them, but we were just trying to be different. So wow, I hate myself.
I also have a lot more on my list, so it's not that we've not.
What was that?
That was
George?
me being like Tumblr girl, 2000. Yeah.
Oh God.
Anyway, thank you, Nick, for joining us again today. As always, it is a pleasure. If just in case there's anybody who on the channel doesn't know who you are, where can they find you?
I have a YouTube channel where I react to primarily horror movies, but occasionally other shit. It's Nick Says Boo, and you can check me out on Instagram. Check me out on Twitter, also Nick Says Boo, and Patreon. Yeah, Nick Says Boo.
Amazing. Thank you.
And where's the alt?
What?
The alt account. The OnlyFans account, all these accounts that Liam is dying for.
Are these
The only
all-
type
are
of
they all,
alt account I have is like an account to go and like bitch about shit online on Reddit without people knowing it's me.
That's a better alt account, to be honest.
No.
Well, speaking of
Anybody trying to see
also,
this?
nobody's
Lycra.
Lycra.
Lycra Spider-Man suit.
Oh yeah, the Spider-Man suit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of Spider-Man, if you want to see them, you can head over to our Patreon. We are at the Horror Hour TV as well on Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, if you do want to join our Patreon, check out the links in the description below. You can get early access, loads of other cool things as well. Go and check them out on the tiers. And yeah, until the next video, guys, thank you to Yutaka, thank you to Liam, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.